Hi Gemini, welcome to How Love Tarot. This is a general reading. I am going to be looking at 4 areas of the reading of your life for you. I'm going to be looking at the present position, the strength, the challenge, and the possible outcome. Now, the present position is meant to validate that this is your reading. If the present position does not make sense, then you're either watching the reading too early, come back in about 2 weeks, put it in a playlist, come back, watch it. If at that point it doesn't make sense, then this is not your reading. Also with the present position, if you come back in 2 weeks or you're just not feeling it, then you know what? It's not your reading. Please don't go forward, because I do give you an outcome from the spirit world, and it's guidance of how to make some decisions if it feels right to you. So if you can't validate the reading by the present position, then there's no point kind of going to the end. Spirit may have the present position for Gemini. What will validate this reading for them? What will help them to understand that this is their reading? Bring it forward, Spirit. What's going on with Gemini in the present position right now? Okay, so we have, well, I'll go into it in a second. What else? Anything else for the present position? Okay, Spirit, may I have the strength for Gemini, please? Thank you. Anything else? May I have the challenge for Gemini? May I have what's good in the outcome? What do they need to know? What will inspire them, motivate them, and help them to make the decisions that they need to make, Spirit? Bring it forward. Thank you. Anything else in the outcome? Thank you. Okay, Gemini, let's take a look at what's going on. Spirit, bring it forward. What's happening in the present position with Gemini? We have the Page of Swords in the reverse, and we have the 3 of Wands in the upright. Spirit, what is going on with Gemini? What do they need to know? What will validate this reading for them? So it feels here, Gemini, that there's a little bit of, or there has been a feeling of kind of stagnant energy. It does feel like you may have lost your passion in something, or you're just feeling a lack of passion. So there's a great desire to start something new. There's a great desire to let it take root, seed, and sprout, and let new life be all about. Now, the interesting thing is, I feel like you've tried. I feel like you are putting your best efforts forward, and somehow it just seems to elude you what you're trying to manifest, right? And so for many of you, it seems as if there's still a lot of hope, which is good, right? You don't want to lose hope in something. You want to keep on believing. And so here we have you in the present position, kind of rethinking what is it that you have to do. Taking preparation, looking at progress so far, gaining insight into past situations and enterprise, right? Maybe looking at things from a different point of view and trying to kind of bury a little bit more, peel back the layer, should I say, peel back the layer of onion, like an onion, and get to what it is that you need to do that would make change. So I feel before What's happened is you put your best effort forward. I feel like there's been a lot of self-reflection in regards to, okay, what can I change? What can I do? And you've taken action towards that. But now there seems to be an opening up of, okay, there's some patterns going on here in my life, and I keep getting the same type of result. And so the common denominator is me, right? So what do I have to do differently? So which is really good, because I feel like there's an openness to you now. And the only way we can change, right, because we're all the creator, we're all in charge of our destiny. And yes, there are some things that are not your destiny, right? Because if you can't sing, and that's what you desire the most, you're never going to win American Idol, are you? At least I'm not. I mean, it's not my desire. But anyway, what I'm saying is some things, regardless of what you dream about, are not for you, right? So let's say you have a love for singing, and I'm just giving you this as an example, as a metaphor. You can't sing, right? You're never even going to make it into the competition, but you begin to understand, okay, this is not working, but I love singing. What can I do, right? And so you begin to surround yourself with people that are talented, people that are do have that talent, do have that gift, and you begin to get an insider's view, and that energy spurs creativity, fertility, brand new experiences, brand new ideas. And with this, right, surrounding yourself with a different set of circumstances is how you're going to move forward and elaborate on your dream, even though the dream is not particularly working out in the way that you would exactly like it to manifest. All of that is sitting in your present position. Gemini, you hear that jingling in the background? That's my puppy. She's just, I don't know what she's doing. She's just kind of walking around here. But usually she just sits next to me and sleeps, but I don't know, she's on a mission. Here in the strength position, we've got, let's take a look at this. I want to understand it better. We got the Six of Cups. We've got the High Priestess in reverse. We've got the Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Cups in the reverse, and we've got the Sun card. What it looks like in the strength position here, Gemini, is that I feel like for some of you, like, you know that you can be successful in whatever this endeavor is. You know that you can. You may have a history of hitting the mark and having success in manifesting the things that you desire. It may even be along the same lines, right? You manifested something quite profound, and so you know you have the capability of doing it, and Six of Cups represents. And so here in the strength energy, there's an energy in regards to going within the fire of the divine and asking, going back to those roots, going back to that higher level of consciousness where you know that you are a success, right, in what it is you want to achieve. And right, you have a history of success, you have a history of getting what you want in certain areas. And so you're pulling upon that energy and you're asking the universe or yourself, your higher consciousness, God, whatever it is, to fill it within you and make you shine so you can achieve the happiness that you want. Because I feel like it's something that will make you profoundly happy. Now, I also feel here that you're looking back at certain situations that have been quite disappointing. And that's what we have in the Eight of Cups and the High Priestess in reverse. And you're looking back, and I do feel like you're looking at stuff and you're saying to yourself, well, what if I had a different perspective at that point? The outcome would have been different. What if I had done things differently? Now, you don't want to get into the habit of woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? What you want to do when you're looking back, and hindsight is always 20/20, If you're looking back at a certain situation, you can't know what you don't know, right? At that point in your life, you know, that's the whole point of experience and wisdom, is that the only way that you gain it is over the passage of time, by having enough space to look back and understand something with a greater perspective, right? So in the strength energy, I see you doing that successfully and understanding where you went wrong in certain scenarios, or where the scenario could have been handled differently and it would have had the kind of outcome that you want. All of this is a strength. It may sound like a challenge, but it's actually a strength. I mean, I guess it's a strength of yours, but it doesn't mean, and here the Spirit is guiding me to the challenge. Here, you know, what you want is liberation, right? I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within me to shine, right? So the challenge is, you can feel it, see it, feel it, taste it. It's almost like it's palpable what it is that you want. And so this is Shirley, by the way. This is the puppy that was jingling before. Her name's Shirley Bassey. She's very cute. Anyway, bring it back, Spirit. So what we have here is this, and the challenge is the idea that security that you are seeking, the long-term success that you are seeking, the challenge is that you're putting a lot of effort because you feel that it would stabilize you in some way. That could be emotionally, physically, spiritually, may even be financially, and within a relationship. So the challenge is you're going back and forth here, Gemini, and you have to be careful with that, right? Because there's a lot of mental energy worrying, creating a lot, you know, I feel like you go in and out of this energy of self-defeat. I feel like you go out in and out of the energy of kind of like obsessing about something, and perhaps what's happening is that you're worrying so extensively that you're putting almost all your eggs in one basket, right? Because you really feel so strongly about this thing bringing you the level of happiness that you want. It does feel like you're looking back at disappointment within the challenge. So this is how these two are tied together within the strength and the challenge. You're doing the exact same thing in the strength energy, but it's like a teeter-totter, right? When you're looking at it from a positive perspective, and that there can be lessons learned, and you can move forward with that information and make the kind of changes that will affect you in a positive way. You know, when you look at that energy, you know, it doesn't take much for your mind to flip into the negative, right? So we got the teeter-totter of the strength and the challenge, where the thought process goes in the opposite direction, and there's some self-blame going on. There's some disappointment. There's looking back and saying, you know, and again, it's that fine edge, that slippery slope of, you know, this is my fault. It may well be, Gemini, it may well be your fault. However, right, we're all flawed and we all learn from our mistakes. But it doesn't mean because you've made a mistake, it's a mistake. The only way it becomes a mistake is if you don't learn from it, right? If you learn from it, then it becomes wisdom. So be careful of that energy as you're flipping back and forth. When you find yourself in a negative mood, when you find yourself just not feeling good about yourself, reflect upon what you just thought about. Switch that energy up immediately and think about something positive, okay? In the outcome, there's some fast moving energy here, a lot of abundance in your outcome. Goddess of abundance, divine, let me thrive, let fortune be mine. So it looks like you're getting together with people. There's a celebration for some of you here. For some of you, people are celebrating you, and they're celebrating your friendship, your relationship with them, the collaboration, and you know, there's a sense of community that you can connect to, and I do feel like that you do connect to it. Now, also we have the Knight of Swords, and so just word to the wise here, just be careful. Even though it's kind of coming out in two ways for me, a very fast moving energy. However, for some of you, you're going to have to watch your tongue, right? Somebody may say something to you to make you a little bit irritated. Like you share something personal with them or something, and you take it as them passing judgment. So if you feel that way, don't say anything, right? Don't correct them. This is your process. They only can see the outside. They can't see what's going on in the inside. So, but that's within the celebration atmosphere. Now, for some of you within this celebration, there also may be some type of words being said. So be the observer in this, okay? Go in knowing that there's some tension here, and somebody's going to have some sharp words. Now, but we all know, Gemini, that could be you, and that you speak your mind, right? And you speak it on your face too, the expression on your face. So, and that alone could trigger something. However, if you can keep that under control, I do see a lot of fun, abundance, celebration, giving, receiving, and a lot of forward movement and happiness within this celebration. Now, I feel like the reason why it's coming out in this reading is because it's going to be a piece of the puzzle that will help you to move forward. There's something going on in this gathering. So be the observer and see what you can I feel like after the gathering occurs, when you sleep on it, you'll have a new idea of how to move forward in something. Here in the outcome also, hey, shh. Surely. Here in the outcome also we have the Hierophant. We have the Six of Swords, the Six of Wands in reverse, and the Nine of Wands, right? So it feels like okay, I got to warn you again, right? It feels like there's going to be some defensive energy here, and you're going to feel a little bit insecure. Try not to dwell in those emotions and that mood. What I have here, grounding the outcome, is the Hierophant, right? So you've got to trust, Gemini. You got to trust, and you've got to put your faith in a higher power. Ask for what you want. Go to that space where you can connect to a higher power, whatever you consider that to be, and understand that that sometimes you do not fit within the parameters of society's rules. Understand that that is not a bad thing. Understand that conformity means following, and you're not a follower, you're more of a leader. Now, over the years, you may have found yourself in a following position, but it doesn't mean you're not a natural leader and a natural person that can inspire and motivate others to a higher level of achievement. However, you need the right audience. You need the right people around you. So, in the outcome, Spirit, I need a bit more information for, can I have just anything else in the outcome for Gemini? Uh-oh. Cards are flying everywhere. All right, these are the ones that I need though. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, the Seven of Swords, and the Three of Swords. There may be somebody coming, for some of you that are single. Let's start with those of you that are single or not really that much into a committed relationship. You may be seeing somebody, but maybe it's not serious. I do feel like for some of you here, Spirit, bring it forward. What is this? This is a bit confusing. It feels like and again, I'm just talking to singles right now. I'll get the other information for those of you that are not single. It feels like here you're heartbroken over somebody that you feel may have betrayed you in some way. They threw, it's almost like they turned your world upside down. And you think about them a lot. And you are thinking about reaching out to them. Because I think you understand here that the intention here in the Seven of Swords was not betrayal. You feel betrayed because you're hurt, but they didn't betray you. That's the end. Even though I got the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords here, that's not the end. Just because, listen, those of you that know tarot, one of the things that you have to do in tarot is really understand the psychology of a card and understand your intuition and how it wraps into bringing the information forward. You can't take things at face value when you're doing a reading. And so the Three of Swords does not necessarily mean cheating. The Seven of Swords doesn't necessarily mean a thief in the night, betrayal, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that, because that's not the energy coming forward. It's the way you felt about something. You felt betrayed. You felt abandoned. You felt that somebody pulled the rug right out under you. You felt that somebody may have left you, and it feels as if they used you maybe in some way. For some of you, this is unfulfilled or unrequited love, right? A lot of hurt, a lot of deep emotions in that. Nonetheless, look, you're thinking about this person, right? And so before, what it shows here is that you know, in that energy of feeling hurt and betrayed, you're like, absolutely not. I want nothing to do with you. Now, obviously, if you think that they have hurt and betrayed you deliberately, with intention, you're never going to want to have anything to do with them. But time and space has moved on. And here, what I see you realizing, or at least wanting to understand, is what really happened in that situation. Because it does show here that on a logical, intellectual side of you, you know that there was not betrayal. You know that they didn't deliberately hurt you. You know all of this. However, what you feel, I guess you're triggered, right? So what you feel are the negative emotions of abandonment. However, you're in conflict because you're thinking about them a lot and you want to reach out to them. And that is what the Knight of Pentacles is. You're extremely guarded. And obviously, if that is what you have gone through, you want to be guarded, right? I'm not going to tell you to let your guard down when you feel so vulnerable. But it does feel like, you know, something deep within you, your spiritual side, your higher self is gaining the better of you rather than the insecure, lower level of consciousness within you that lives in fear and lives in anxiety and lives in neglect, right? That's where those lower level thoughts come from. But ultimately, when you raise your consciousness into a spiritual realm and you understand that if you really look at this person and understand who they are and understand that maybe you had nothing to do with this, right? This was them doing what they need to do for them. And sometimes, a lot of times, when we do that, we do hurt people. But ultimately, we have a life to live and we have to answer for that life when we come to the end of that life. And so it's imperative that somebody does what they need to do when they follow their own path within their own soul. And absolutely, it does lead to hurt feelings and sometimes abandonment, neglect, betrayal, and those types of things. However, time is a great healer, and I feel like you're going to get clarity here. Spirit, can you please bring it forward for those folks, Geminis, that are not single, not in that situation? Spirit makes me feel here that for those of you that are not dealing with that, this has to do with career or money. It feels like you want to change direction because something is so unfulfilling, and you're fed up. and you're tired of not getting your needs met. You're tired of the pettiness. You're tired of being irritated, and it feels like you're going to go in a new direction. It does feel like you're going to take it slow, because I feel like you're going to have to figure out what that new direction is. But it's, you know, it showed up in your energy in the very beginning. So this could be for those of you that are single too, where you're like, I want something new. I need something more exciting than this. This is putting me into a coma. Like, the humdrum of every day is not who I am. It's who I've become. But I need to feed that inner spirit. And so I do feel here that you're thinking a lot about what you should do next. It's a good energy because there's so much spiritual energy surrounding it. You are going to take it slow. It looks like you are very guarded about making a huge move that can lead to a lot of risk. But, you know, Gemini, I am somebody that always takes a risk. And it has led me to amazing outcomes, because when you play it safe, that's what you get in return. Safety. Right? You're coloring within the lines. But when you take a risk, it's an adventure. You meet new people. You have new experiences. You have growth within your soul, because what you're doing is expanding who you are. And because you are Gemini and you are duality, you can balance whatever comes your way. No matter if you play it safe or take a risk, there's always adversity. You can't avoid it. So, what are you going to do? In this reading, it shows take a risk. Put a step forward. Don't think about it as, if I do that, I could fail. If you think like that, guess what? We are what we think. If you think you're going to fail, you will fail. But if you can get your mindset into a level of excitement, a level of expectation of an adventure, of not knowing what is coming next and how fun it's going to be, that's what you'll manifest, right? So that is your reading. I hope it helped. If it did, please hit like, subscribe, hit the bell button. I've been off air for a long time now, and in order to get my channel back into the stratosphere of YouTube, it would be really great if you can engage with me. Please leave a comment. Please tell me how the reading helped you. Tell me what you would like to see in a reading. Do you want me to bring back money, career, and finance readings? They kind of come up in general readings. That's why I haven't separated them out. So the other thing is, for the first time, I am opening up my life coaching to, I'm a clinical psychologist in the UK and a resident psychologist here in the US. I have been a life coach for, I don't know, over 20 years now. And I'm now opening up to clients that are my subscribers here at How Love Tarot. So if you'd like more information on that, please contact me at howlovetarot@gmail.com. And if you would like a reading, you can contact me there also. It's the only way right now that I will book a session with you. These openings are few and far between. Those of you that know me know this. Sometimes people have to wait years to see me. So I encourage you, if you're interested in that, please contact me and we can have a deeper conversation about that so you know more information. Gemini, that is your reading. I hope it helped, and I will speak to you soon.